Or Piles Taoiseach. And I don't think the hate speech law, even if it was in, could do anything to me for calling him Piles. He's whinging again. Now, he was down at Michael Collins. And God be good to Big Mick. God be good to him. He's turning his grave. Now, we'll see what Harris has to say. Taoiseach Simon Harris delivered an oration at the annual Michael Collins Memorial in Cork yesterday. Anything Simon Harris delivered is not an oration. It's waffly goffly from a cowardly old idiot complaining when somebody shouts at him. He's whinging, they're threatening me, threatening me. He became only a third serving Taoiseach to address the commemoration. He shouldn't be the Taoiseach. He said he was truly honoured to be asked, and so he should be. No, he shouldn't be. Who wrote this? Who wrote this baloney? Who's writing it? I'll find out. I don't know who's right. Anyway, in accepting the invite, he wrote back to the organisation committee, every year we go to the site of the ambush together and remember that what Michael Collins gave to Ireland and his death of just 31 years of age, he was 32, I understand, to consider what could have been. Well, definitely. That's true. There's no doubt Collins would have been a plus. But as Joyce said, James Joyce, Ireland was always a sow that had its own pigs. It ate its own pigs. I could have told Michael Collins he'd be killed. Look what they tried to do with Trump. Look what they did with Kennedy. And they tried to kill me, if they could. Or I have a big shillelagh, a big long stick. Huh. But anyway, Harris is no... What would you use? Accolade. Ireland is a modern free democracy. No, it is not. You are trying to bring in hate speech laws. It's not a free democracy. We can't express our opinions. And this year I will reflect on the ambition we owe to our children. The cheek of him to talk about the ambition, what he owes his children, and him teaching children of 4 to be girls. He'll be as bad soon. Next thing he'll be following, if the Harris one gets elected, her vice president, Tim will be over and he'll be giving Harris a lesson on how to put tampons in the boys' toilets. And our heroes like Collins too. In his words, always do the right thing in your own conscience. Always do the... Well, this is what Collins is supposed to have said. Always do the right thing in your own conscience. Well, I do the right thing in my own conscience, but I don't play by the rules. I'd knife them if I could. I don't play by the rules. Any time I can get to belittle them and make them seem silly. They hate ridicule. They can't take ridicule. And you look at Cabbage Head Ryan, he's going. It's the likes of me drives them out. You look at Radka. This stuff I'm putting here is poisoning them. That's the stuff for them. So while Collins was a decent man, I don't want to be a decent man. I want to make these people stew in what they're doing to our darling little country. All very true indeed. Taoiseach, except for the bit about Ireland being a modern free democracy. Admittedly, we mightn't have black and tans thugs rummaging around the country anymore. We have our own government, and our laws, our own police force. Yeah, I'm after doing a video about what Simon Harris has as police force. The torture he's putting decent people through to try and serve the colours under the Garda Síochána with the corrupt leadership. And our own armed services. But there's no gap in as wide as the Irish Sea between administration of the state in all its forms and the people of Ireland in their daily lives. Now, how modern and free and democratic can we be when thousands of our citizens have no home to call their own? Well, of course, the citizens of Zimbabwe and Pakistan are all getting homes. And no prospect of having one either. And this isn't a new development that just popped up last week. Families having to endure an existence in hotel rooms, hubs and halfway houses have been going on for years while foreign vampire funds devour entire developments, house prices exploded and all that. Now, I'll have to stop here and see who's writing this. It's Terry McGeehan. So, seems to be all right. We have enough of that. They're a sickening crowd. Sickening. Could we poison them, naming them with the Irish voter? People who just make them toxic. Could I have a part in making them toxic? And how modern, free and democratic are we when people can't walk the streets at night in our capital city without very real, well-funded, founded fears of being attacked? Girls can't go out and run along the road. We see them murdered. And we see these now, and latest thing is young Islam radicals, lads of only 14, somehow radicalised, attacking our institutions. And they've already attacked a priest in Galway, attacked a poor teacher down the Midlands, and another woman was attacked. And it's only a matter of time till somebody in schools is attacked, or people will be having a pint in the pub, and these people are anti-drink, and they'll come in and stab them in the pub. This is the reality of what this lad is, this Simon Piles Harris. And as Justice Minister Helen McEntee has herself admitted, there's a plague of violence against women in our society. And what's she doing? Bringing in the very crowd who's doing it most. The priest wasn't a woman. Oh, it's a plague against us all. Are these victims of beating, stabbings, threats and murder also part of the so-called modern free democratic Ireland? And even when life is looking up for the people, it can take a downturn very quickly, and we see how limited our freedom is. We'll horse them back, and we'll horse Cabbagehead Ryan, Roderick O'Gorman, Helen McEntee and this Simon Harris on the ship, land them back over to the sticks, to the jungle. It was only a couple of months ago that our mortgages rocketed and banks made a mint. The banks that we bailed out in the bad times. All right, by all means, let's honour Michael Collins and his fellow patriots. It can't be done by Fine Gael. They're traitors. But let's not gloss over the truth. We're still miles away from the modern, free, democratic so-called that Collins dreamt of and fought for. All right, not a bad. Well, that's Terry McGeehan there, just reading out. Collins fought and gave his life and done all this and put us on the path to freedom. And these traitors have destroyed it on us. They must never be allowed to get away with it. They must never be allowed to get away with it. He should have been picketed down there at Beal Na Blagh. May God be good to Michael Collins. I already mentioned him in the video. I don't forget him. I always say a wee prayer for him every time on the anniversary of his death. Right, folks, comment on this. The hell do I owe any of them? I can pay my way in the world. I owe none of them anything. And I'm able to give my opinion on all these things. And I'm damn right I'm not far off the mark. But anyway, if we could only get this movement going that they'd stop voting for them, we'd be getting there slowly but surely. And back they're going. A whole lot of them. Maybe one or two decent ones. They wouldn't let Assie Beebe, a Catholic woman, into the country that was sentenced to be hanged and was on death row for 6 years. And the Irish government refused to let her into Ireland. She eventually got into Canada. They are some villains. Bye, folks. Comment underneath. We'll see you back soon. Bye.